Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Dery. Thanks for checking us out on Kare 11 Plus. We did see some rain last night, but as you can see from the rainfall totals list, it didn't add up to much. We saw basically enough rain to wet the ground as those storms moved through about, say, 2 to 4 o'clock last night, we'll say. We did hear some rumbles of thunder that might have woken you up, just like myself, but otherwise, we didn't really see a whole lot of rain. And we're getting to that stage where it's been a while since we've had a decent rain. In fact, the last time that we had more than just say 2/100ths of an inch of rain, you have to head all the way back to, I think it was more than 2 weeks ago, a couple of Mondays ago. Remember when we had a really heavy deluge where it was about 1 to 2 inches of widespread rain? That was the last time we saw rain, any significant rain, and we're getting to that point where we're going to start to need some. Let's take a look at our radar satellite composite. This was actually a 12-hour loop, and you can see those storms moving through here last night. A couple of batches that moved through, but again, it didn't really drop a whole lot of rain. We entered the dry slot about sunrise this morning, and now we're on the backside of this weather system. Surface low moving over Lake Superior right now, and because we're on the backside of that system, it is rather windy. It's a pretty potent and compact low-pressure system, which again didn't provide us with a whole lot of moisture, but now it is providing us with lots of wind. Because of that wind and the dry conditions in place, we have a red flag warning for parts of the state. That means elevated wildfire conditions. That goes until 9 p.m. tonight. It includes areas from the Red River Valley, western part of the state, Candy, Ojai, McLeod, Sibley, Nicollet County, down towards Mankato. Again, it's a combination of cards. It's low humidity and gusty wind. Burning is certainly discouraged. And in these types of conditions, any fire that gets going can quickly grow out of control. We are seeing plenty of sunshine here, but you can see some fair weather cumulus clouds basically from the city's northward. Let's take a look at your main weather headlines. It's warm, but it's blustery today. 2 main weather headlines, but otherwise we will stay dry. Gradual warming trend for the most part through the rest of this week. We should be at or warmer than 70 every day for the next 7 days, and even a few days where we'll be in the 80s. Best chance of that happening is Friday, the warmest day, where low to mid 80s are possible. And we also have several rain chances as well. Some Thursday evening showers, maybe even a few non-severe thunderstorms, and then a rise turn toward Sunday. That probably brings us our best chance at more widespread showers and storms. It does include the weekend, but right now we kind of do need the rain. Let's check out the next 5 days temperature-wise. These are high temperatures forecast. Despite getting to 70 degrees by noon today already, temperatures are probably going to peak around then because we have cooler temperatures funneling in as this weather system departs. So we'll probably see temperatures hold pretty steady in the lower 70s the rest of the day. 70 on Wednesday, lots of sunshine, light wind, and a combination of low humidity, light wind, good amount of sunshine, and 70 degrees. Wednesday shaping up to be a gorgeous day to be outside. And notice a warming trend, 78 Thursday, warm and windy on Friday, and we'll see 80 degrees again as we head into your Saturday. So pretty warm forecast ahead, especially compared to what we had last week. In fact, we have the numbers to prove it. These are the average high temperatures for last week compared with the forecast for this week. And the average temperature, the average high temperature for last week was 60 degrees, with the coolest day happening last Thursday. Remember where we had a high temperature of 46 degrees? This week, quite a bit warmer. 76, that's our average high temperature over the next 7 days, and that's going to peak this upcoming Friday with a high temperature forecast of 83. We're also gaining daylight as well, but we are gaining daylight at a slower rate than what we did, say, in mid to late March. We're still gaining roughly 2.5 minutes of daylight every single day. Today, we have 14 hours and 14 minutes of daylight. That equals the day length of the end of July. And the longest day of the year, that's this upcoming June 21st this year. That's when we have 15 hours and 36 minutes and I think 56 seconds of daylight. So we're still a month and change away from that. But again, the days are long and that sun is still very high in the sky. It's also high in the sky way, way up north. I thought this was interesting. This is a time-lapse loop from America's northernmost community, Utqiagvik, Alaska. So think the state of Alaska. This community is in the far northern edge of that. Notice all the snow and ice is still up there. Now let's put this into motion. This is from Monday, and you can see shadows growing long. This is their nighttime, and this is about midnight right here. That's midnight. Notice the sun is still up. How about that? They've entered the land of 24 hours of sunlight, and that'll be the case from today all the way through early August. The sun will not set in northern Alaska until the start of August, which is pretty bizarre. In the meantime, here's a look at what we can expect. Blustery day today. Again, we're on the backside of this low pressure system, which is spinning over the Great Lakes region. Any shower chance today that stays across far northern Minnesota and far northern Wisconsin, and even then it's pretty sporadic. And as we head into tonight, the wind gradually subsides, eventually switches more northerly, and tomorrow it's pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine. The wind will relax as well. Light northwesterly wind, generally less than 10 miles per hour. And again, a good amount of sunshine means a beautiful Wednesday is shaping up. For today, pretty pleasant, good amount of sun, but yes, it is going to be rather windy. And your forecast for the rest of today, you can see temperatures actually holding pretty steady. Usually this time of year, our peak temperature happens between about, say, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the evening. Those are the peak daytime heating hours, but not today because we are post front. Temperatures are cooling off behind this system, so they're cooling off, but the sun's going to help keep our temperatures pretty warm. So we'll see a steady thermometer through about 6, 7 o'clock this evening before we drop into the upper 40s tonight. Bright on Wednesday, and then those rain chances happen Thursday and again Sunday.